apologize about that today. My mouth just doesn't want to pronounce words today. But anyways, there's a lot more that can be said on this subject. And if you're interested in learning more about his history, his history, learn more about the evidence that points to an intelligent design, I recommend you checking out the message I did on salvation, comforting comfortless, whole host of other things on my YouTube videos that you can get more information and detail on this. So, as we were looking at verse 1, and verse 1 says, I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will shew forth all thy marvelous works. We are to be thankful, we are to be grateful, not only for our salvation, in the Lord, what he did on the cross, but what he's created, his universe, and all those discoveries that you can learn through science to understand God more and more in different ways. How God put things together, how he created things, how he made things just work in such an awesome way. Although, like I said, the fall has affected our universe, but it will, paradise lost will become paradise restored, and the problem of sin and death will fully and finally be resolved. And so Christians can have an impact. You can show forth the marvelous works of God through going into scientific fields. And the word wisdom in the Greek is science. We read about wisdom in James. We read about wisdom in 1 Corinthians 12, and that word in the Greek is science. And we can pray for wisdom, and we can just pray for wisdom and receive wisdom, and God will give us wisdom liberally. That doesn't just mean on God's word, but on other things. Understanding how things work, how God's put things together. So Christians should not be fearful of entering in the field of science. We must make our way through into the field of science and figure out a way to have in our schools where they offer intelligent design to be taught in schools, as well as the theory of evolution, and by that people can weigh the evidence and make their own decision concerning that. Verse 2 says, I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou most high. The word here for most high is Elohim. Elo, Elion, rendered the Most High God. It is El and Elohim, not as the powerful creator, but as the possessor of heaven and earth. Hence, the name is associated with Christ as the Son of the Highest. It is Elion, as possessor of the earth, who divides the nations their inheritance. Elion is the dispenser of God's blessings in the earth, the blessings proceeding from a priest who is a king. So, we should sing praises to the Lord and rejoice in the Lord, not only for what He's done for us, but for His awesome universe that He's designed so preciously, and us being the crown of His creation. Verse 3, when my enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at thy presence. We are to verses 3 through 10. When my enemies turn back, this is out of the New American Standard. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and perish before you. For you have maintained my just cause. You have set on the throne, judging righteously. You have rebuked the nations. You have destroyed the wicked. You have blotted out their names forever and ever. The enemies have come to an end and perpetual ruin, and you have uprooted the cities, and the memory of them have perished. So what do we got here? We got an event that's happening in a chirological way and a chronological way. David knows that no matter what comes his way, no matter what kind of persecution that comes his way, that truth will triumph over evil. So in a historical context, we have, of course, David's enemies did get defeated throughout his life. In a chronological order, and for us, and in a chirological order, It's referring to future event that we will triumph over the devil, the flesh, and the world. Truth will triumph. Living a moral and right life will conquer over your enemies that come your way in your life. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily be saved from physical danger, but God is in control, and when your number's up, your number's up. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get killed or you're physical, or you're not going to get physically killed or something. I don't know what God has in mind. Whoever it is, you still triumph, because the enemies of the devil, the flesh, and the world will be defeated. The world will slowly and gradually be Christianized, ushering in a golden age of peace and prosperity.